What's up, everybody? So, we are at Armor again. Today is the very last day of week 6 of prep, and today I am training chest and shoulders as per the usual. But as far as other training tidbits that have been going on for the week, the pull day that I had this week was absolutely fantastic. If you've never used a plate loaded seated row, the one that we have in Armor has these movable D handles that can move in like any direction, um, and then it's just the pendulum with the plates on it that moves back and forth when you row. But chest supported rows are definitely my favorite version of rows, just because I like to not have to worry about swinging or not swinging when I'm doing them. And I've finally gotten those up to 470 for 2 sets of 8. So next week we'll have to go up again. But if I remember correctly, that's 5 plates on each side and a 5. And then I had the dude that was spotting me in there, very, very large human. Uh, I had him like help me force a few reps. So I think we ended up getting to like 15 with forced reps. So that those sets, I could feel them growing my back as I was doing them. Another thing is on my rest days that are now up to an hour of cardio, I do my ab training afterwards. Well, I was doing these like incline sit-ups where your feet are held in place up here and then you're laying on this decline bench looking thing, and I was doing sit-ups like holding a sandbag. And at Armor we only, like, the heaviest sandbag or like medicine ball or whatever that we have is 44 pounds. And if I was to go up and weight from that, I would have to use like a kettlebell or something, and I don't want to have to like throw that on the ground or try to like figure out how to pick that up and put it down as I was doing my sets. And I had gotten to the point to where with that sandbag that was 44 pounds, I was doing 3 sets of 30. I didn't want to do any more than 30 reps. So instead, I switched it over to GHD sit-ups, which, if you do CrossFit, you probably know what GHD sit-ups are, and if you don't do CrossFit, then there's a low chance that you know what they are. But if you've ever seen something in your gym, if your gym has them, it looks like a hip extension machine that is just like straight in the air with a place to put your feet, 2 giant pads here, and then you can go all the way down and all the way back up. Or if you turn yourself around, head facing towards the ceiling, then you can come backwards this way and do sit-ups. So I started doing those instead, and they stretch the shit out of my abs. It's great. I love it. And I very quickly got that to 3 sets of 30, but that was like unweighted without anything. So I added just like a little 8-pound medicine ball, and I hold the medicine ball above my head. And that little 8-pound medicine ball absolutely trashed me. I think I got like maybe 25 on the first set, and then like 20 the next set, and then like 15 on the third set. So it definitely works. That's an ab movement that I would recommend to anybody. I will say, though, you have to be very careful to not just swing super hard and use a ton of your hip flexor when you're coming up and down. So you have to really focus on stretching out your abdomen and then curling your body back forwards, flexing your abs as you come up. And a helpful tip from Alex, my coach, that I saw he put up on his Instagram or something recently, is when you're doing any kind of ab movement, similar to when you're doing the concentric of any other lift, the part where you're pushing or the part where you're struggling. So like on back squats, it'd be when you're coming up, and bench press, it's when you're going up. Normally that's when you would exhale, depending on what kind of lifting you're doing. Powerlifters, they keep their brace differently and stuff like that, but for the most part, a good rule of thumb is to exhale on the hard part. So same thing when you're doing your ab training. Exhale on your way up, which will get most of the oxygen in the air out of your lungs so that you can actually do a full sit-up. If you keep a full breath of air or you inhale on the way up, then your lungs are going to be inflated, and it's going to be very hard for you to crunch your abdomen and get your abs as contracted as they could be. So, good rule of thumb is just exhale on the hard part, inhale on the way down, or in the bottom of the other position. That's enough science talk. For today, dumbbell shoulder press, the usual shenanigans for obliterating my chest and my shoulders. And then I'll get into some posing. I'll get into some cardio after that. And I've got my as per usual meal number 4 with me. Calories haven't dropped again since that last drop that we did, so I'm still sitting around 3,200. And hunger isn't bad at all. I would say hunger is like, it's at a nice point because it's to a point where I'm hungry enough that I like want to eat my meals and I want to eat my food. So that's nice, but I don't get like actually hungry unless I haven't eaten in like maybe 3 hours. And I'm still eating 6 times a day, so I eat sometimes every 2 hours, but it just depends on how cramped my schedule gets. I try to space them out to more than 2 hours apart, though. Yeah, other than that, everything's going awesome. The last day of prep for week number 6 is here. Week number 7 will start tomorrow. And I'll send up my check-ins to Alex today, see if he gives me any feedback in the morning to change anything. If not, we're just going to keep on grinding the way we have been. And something that I heard a really long time ago from Callum, and Callum is the main coach of Pro Coach. He's the big wig, so to speak. Something that I heard from him is you need to create a sense of urgency. And it's very easy to do when you're on prep or you're very close to a thing that you're trying to do. It's very easy to be like, oh shit, that's right around the corner. Like, I have to have a sense of urgency now and like work as hard as I can to get this thing done. And like a easy example is like, let's say you're in school. Somebody gives you a project and it has to be done by Monday next week. And you forget about that thing and you don't give a shit about it and you don't worry about it until Sunday night at 8 p.m. And Sunday night at 8 p.m. you're like, man, I gotta go. I gotta get this thing done right now. And then you spend however many hours absolutely working to the limit of your capacity to get that thing done by Monday. And it's done. You did it. Imagine how good that thing could be if you work like that every day. If you were given that a week ago and you worked like that on it every day leading up to that event, imagine how good the results would be versus if you crammed it in the last night. Same thing for prep. Same thing for what I've done for the last 2 years of my off season. I have forced myself to have a sense of urgency with training, with my diet, with everything that encompasses bodybuilding, because I want the product to be as good as it can be when I get on stage in August. So it's not like prep showed up and all of a sudden I was like, oh man, I gotta go. Or because I have a 6-month long prep, it's not like I'm sitting around right now like, oh, I got plenty of time, I'll get lean later, like I'll train hard later at the end of prep, whatever. Nah, not at all. I would say that I have been working even harder since the beginning of prep, but I've been working this hard for 2 years straight. It doesn't make sense to me to not put everything you have into something, into a goal that you have. If you have a goal, I don't know why you wouldn't put 110% effort into it. It doesn't make sense to me. So that's what I've been doing the whole time. I've forced myself to have that sense of urgency, to force myself in order to put the work in that needs to be done in order to get the best product possible, which will be the physique that I have in August. So that's my motivational rant for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. For now, I have done quite enough yapping for the morning, or 2:15 in the afternoon. I'm going to finish chugging this. I'm going to put my hood up. I'm going to go inside. obliterate my chest and my shoulders, do the cardio, that we'll just watch a YouTube video, tick it off real quick. No big deal. And then, well, I'll probably pose before that. Depends on who's in the posing room. But in the next clip that you see me talking, where it's my entire body, I will either have told you that I did cardio already, or I have yet to do it. But regardless, I will see all of you in the posing room. I must have just got, like, some bad scoops yesterday. Some concentrated shit that was in the pre-workout. Because that tasted really good, honestly. Like, that tasted fine. Yesterday, every sip was like somebody had slow-dripped battery acid through a used coffee filter and a diaper in order to make my pre-workout. Today, it tastes like pink lemonade. It's great. Which, I don't actually know what flavor it is, but that's probably the flavor. Anyway, that's enough talking. I'll see all you guys in the posing room. What's up, you guys? So, once again, I was God's silliest goose, and I forgot my tripod. So, we're playing a real dangerous game right now. I've got the camera stacked on two 35-pound dumbbells on top of this Rogue box. So, I have every hope in the world that this does not fall over in the middle of me posing. Please, God, don't let that happen. Anyway, so, workout was fantastic. We hit a rep PR on almost everything. Had some wise words given to me at the beginning of the workout, which was, don't be a bitch. And that seemed to help out quite a bit. But other than that, absolutely fantastic workout. Cardio is finished already. I did that just now, came in here afterwards because this place was pretty busy beforehand. So we had to knock out the cardio first. But without further ado, hopefully I have not lost the majority of my pump by doing cardio first. We'll see. Hopefully being a teeny tiny bit leaner because of prep will hopefully make up for it. We'll see what happens, though. Let's pop the exposure down a little bit so I look slightly better than I'm supposed to. Alright. I will take that. I do say so myself. That is more than acceptable. Started to notice I'm getting the line that separates my front delt and my lateral delt again. It's like one of the things that pops out first in the shoulders for leanness for me. It's always like a defining feature that I really like about my shoulders. Just need to, as everything else, got to get it bigger. On the bright side, we have plenty of room to improve, seeing as how I'm still natty. So, things are looking good. See what the side chest is looking like today. Oh yeah. Check the other side. Just as fantastic. Oh, crack the neck a little bit. Let's try some back poses. Let's see how high is the camera. And we'll give it a shot. And just in case the camera's too high, I'll do it over here. I am feeling great. Pretty sure that's everything I wanted to hit. So, I am going to head out of here, eat meal number 4, eat 2 more meals when I get back to the house, but I will see all of you before that in the car. What's up, you guys? Back in the car again, and all I've got left to do for today is take about 4,000 steps. So, not a whole lot left on my plate for the day. Also, eat this meal number 4 and 2 more after that. But that's all easy peasy. Shall be done in no time. So, I forgot to say it in the beginning of the video. The song of the day today was Paranormal by Cerament, which is currently the number 1 song for me for like my Apple Music top 100 songs of the year or whatever. So that one is presently number 1 for me, which I'm definitely liking that song. It's awesome. If you don't like really, really heavy metal, then you won't like it. But if you do like that stuff, check it out. Give it a try. And it's really weird. Word looks like cement, but I think it's Cerament. And the song title, Paranormal, para is lowercase and normal is in all caps. So when you're looking it up, it's got like a green album cover. But that song is great. So, cardio went great. I said that. Posing went fantastic. I'll look at the footage later and see what I look like. But I felt like it looked pretty good. So, I've got average hopes, I should say, for the footage later on. But I want to post it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's very weird leaving the gym on a Sunday afternoon and it's still daylight outside. I don't know if I just hustled this morning or what's going on, but it's weird. It might be the time change. That might be it. But then again, the time changes for like an hour later in the day. So maybe I really, really hustled this morning. Anyway, I have done all I am doing today. Week 7 of prep starts tomorrow morning. I'm going to go back to the house, and I did forget one thing. I got to send up my check-ins to Alex so that he'll give me my feedback and tell me what to do. But of course, as always, I will let you guys know if I have any new changes for week 7 when I film my 2 videos for the next weekend. And also, we are up to 13 subscribers. So, not to brag, but we're getting pretty up there. Seriously, though. Whoever the 13 of you are, nice. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep making videos for fun. I enjoy doing it. They're cool. Yeah, that's about it for the day. So, I'm going to eat this meal, drive back to the house, do all my stuff. All of you, eat your food, drink your water, get some sleep, and make some gains. I'll see you guys in the next video.